Unit 8, Part A. Mike is giving a talk at Gigi's school. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 5. You have 30 seconds to study the questions. You may start now. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Mike. Exams are not something new. But when you hear the word exams, how do you feel? Nervous? Anxious? If you have a bad feeling whenever you face exams, my talk today may help. I'm going to share with you some tips about studying. First, start with the most difficult subject. Which subject is the most difficult for you? English? Chinese? Start with it first. You may ask me why. The answer is simple. You can remember things better at the beginning of your revision. So, start with the most difficult subject first. Leave the easier subjects behind. Besides, it is important to choose a good time to study. Do you remember things better in the morning? Or do you study better in the afternoon or in the evening? If you can do your revision in your best time, you can get the best results for sure. Next, get some time for relaxation. You can't just sit in front of your desk and study all the time. Your brain needs a rest. You can rest for 5 to 10 minutes after 1 hour of study. Try to look outside the window or drink some water to refresh yourself. Listening to music is also good. Lastly, make sure you have enough time to sleep. Getting enough sleep is very important because your brain needs some time to organize everything you've studied. Just like you've bought something from the supermarket, and then you have to put those things into the correct places when you arrive home. Tests or exams are not something frightening or breathtaking anymore. Follow my tips, and I wish all of you good results next time. Thank you. Question 1. Why did Mike give a talk to students? Question 2. When should students do their revision? Question 3. What should students not do after an hour of revision? Question 4. Why should students have enough sleep? Question 5. Which of the following tips is not mentioned by Mike? This is the end of Part A.
Part B. After the talk, Gigi is doing a survey on the talk and students' study habits. Listen carefully and help Gigi complete the form. You have 30 seconds to study the form. You may start now.
Hello, my name is Gigi Look. I am a student helper of this talk. May I ask you some questions about this talk and your study habits?
Sure.
May I have your name and class, please?
I am Tony Wong. I am in class 6B.
Thanks, Tony. My first question is, which subject do you find most difficult?
I have difficulties in both mathematics and English, but I think I've got more problems with English.
I think many students also find English the most difficult subject.
I guess so because it is not our mother tongue.
So, how much time do you spend on revision every week?
I am not the most hard-working student, but still, I study for an hour or two every week.
Thanks. Then which activities do you do to relax?
I like playing badminton and basketball.
Oh, they are really good exercises for your health.
I think so. But sometimes when I feel really under pressure, I also talk with my friends or parents.
Do you feel better after talking with them?
Usually I do. They may not give me any solutions, but they listen to me patiently, and that's enough.
I am happy to hear that you are willing to talk about your feelings, as not everyone is willing to do so.
I am quite expressive, to be honest.
Which tip given in the talk by the speaker do you find most useful?
I think it's the one about facing the most difficult subject. You know, this idea is really interesting. Usually, we like to do what we are confident with in the beginning. But now, we are taught to start with something that we are bad at.
I've got the same feeling too. I've never heard and thought about it before this talk. Last but not least, would you mind giving us some ideas for other similar talks in the future?
I think talks can be a bit longer.
All right, let me write it down. Talks can be longer. Done.
If talks are longer, we can learn more from the speakers.
You're right. Do you have any other comments?
We can have a group sharing with the speaker after the talk.
That's a good idea. Have a group sharing with the speaker. Done. Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome. This is the end of Part B.